When Daniel Cross arrived at the Stonewell Inn, the rain had already soaked him to the bone. The village lay nestled in a forgotten valley, unreachable by GPS and hidden from most modern maps. It wasn't a place you found. It was a place that found you. Daniel, a history professor on sabbatical, had come searching for peace and inspiration. Instead, he found an eerie quiet that settled over the village like a wet cloth. There was no traffic, no music, not even birdsong, just the steady tap of rain against the stone rooftops. The innkeeper, a thin man with cloudy eyes, greeted him with a nod. "We don't get many guests, especially not this time of year." Daniel smiled politely and took the heavy iron key. Room 6. It was small, old-fashioned, with wooden beams and an antique mirror on the wall. The fire had already been lit, and the room smelled faintly of smoke and lavender. Daniel dropped his bags and sat near the hearth, the warmth slowly returning to his fingers. He didn't notice the mirror shimmer. That night, as he drifted to sleep, he heard something faint, a breath, not his own, a whisper behind his ear. But when he turned, there was no one. The following day, Daniel explored the village. Locals offered little conversation. Most looked away when he asked about the inn. One woman finally spoke. "You're in the mirror room?" she asked quietly. Daniel nodded. "Don't answer if it talks to you." That night, the whisper returned, but this time it came from the mirror. A shadow shifted behind the glass, tall, slender, and slow-moving. It paused as Daniel stared, then it smiled and spoke in his voice. "Let me in." Daniel backed away. The next morning, the mirror was fogged over, though he hadn't bathed or boiled water. Scratched into the condensation was a phrase, "You left the door ajar." He tried to move to another room, but the innkeeper only shook his head. "You were given room 6 for a reason." "Why?" Daniel demanded. "What's in that mirror?" The innkeeper hesitated. Not what. Who? That night, Daniel placed a blanket over the mirror. He locked the door and tried to sleep, but at 3:03 a.m., he awoke to the sound of fabric tearing. The mirror was bare again. His reflection was not alone. Part 2. The reflection, the shadow in the mirror, mimicked his every move until it didn't. It moved faster, blinked slower, grinned when he didn't. It whispered, "You see me now. Soon they will too." Daniel left the room, heart racing. But as he fled into the hallway, he saw something that made him freeze. Every mirror in the inn now held the same shadowed version of himself, watching, grinning. He ran into the village, banged on doors, shouted for help. No one answered. In the bakery window, his reflection waved at him before drawing a finger across its throat. Desperate, Daniel returned to the inn and smashed the bedroom mirror, but behind the shards was no wall, only darkness stretching endlessly. From the void, a pale hand reached out, and another. Dozens of them, grasping, searching. Daniel fell back, but something pulled at his reflection. It screamed, clawing the inside of the remaining glass as if it were trapped. Was it trying to warn him or escape him? The mirror reformed, whole, smooth, and now empty. No reflection at all, just darkness. The innkeeper found him the next morning, curled in a corner, eyes wide, lips whispering nonsense. They moved him to the attic. Room 6 was cleaned. The fire relit. The mirror waited. Now, every year, one new guest arrives. Tired, curious, seeking quiet, and always assigned room 6. They always leave something behind. Sometimes it's their voice, sometimes their face, sometimes their soul. And the mirror watches, patient, hungry, waiting for the next whisper.